Dale.
All our ducks are in a row.
It will be disgusting to some, titillating to others. But whether it disgusts you or titillates you, it is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Oh, yeah. Pie in the face. Happy March. Oh, God. It's still cold out.
It's like the clouds dropped a million pies on us.
It is,
as
right?
We're recording this.
Yeah. Still snow. We've had snow for the entire year, I think, right? Like the snow from when it kicked over after you guys watched Pitbull's New Year's Eve is still here. 2 months later. All right. Time to wake up. I'm a little tired. What's up, guys?
To broadcast in Miami, just like Pitbull
Oh, that would be great. Have you ever been to Miami, either of you?
No.
I've never been to Miami, no. Fort Lauderdale is southward as I've gotten in America's penis.
Did you go to the dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale?
Did not.
Our older brother went to Florida on a vacation a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I can't think anywhere to go. I'm like, where are you going to be? He's like, Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, well, there's the dollhouse, right?
Dale.
There you go.
Apparently, it doesn't exist anymore. He looked into it. He probably wanted to get a shirt or a hat or something.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Those strip joints kind of come and go.
I think the Seventh Veil still exists. As of a few years ago, I saw it and laughed to myself.
Yeah, it could be. You know, some last, most don't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of corruption in that industry.
I was going to say, it's
shady characters involved.
It's a ticking time bomb to open a strip club. Someone's going to jail. Someone's getting killed. If there are 10 of you who work there, you should know within like a 3-year window, someone's getting arrested. Someone's going to be dead.
Well,
some guys are going to leave the country.
This place up here, the factory, one of their owners or someone there got executed.
Exactly.
A few months ago.
Didn't even hear about that.
That's why it's not open anymore. I'm sure one of the reasons, but
right. Probably the reason he got executed also had something to do with why it's not open anymore.
That's
whatever
what I just
shady,
said.
I'm saying the reason that he got executed. So like whatever shady dealings leading up to it.
They're all intertwined, so to speak.
Right.
Kind of like Melody and Punch intertwined during a special 2-girl dance to
are they on the unemployment
some rat tune?
I think it's sort of like they there's the saying about crack houses. One opens up across the street after you close one down.
You just can't stop.
There's another strip joint for.
Well,
Melody
Industrial
and Punch
Strip's been open for a while, hasn't it?
That's true.
Yeah.
I would say at least 15 years.
Melody and Punch are probably have achieved mother hen status over there. You know how there's like a den mother amongst the strippers?
Yeah.
The old leathery catcher's mitt looking stripper kind of looks after the new recruits.
Almost like in Boogie Nights. What was her name? She won an Oscar this year, but I can't remember. But she kind of played the mother hen in that movie.
Right, exactly right.
Same deal.
Good analogy.
Thank you. All right, that's it for Pot of Thunder. We did something right. Let's go home. Oh, this is what, 96? Oh, my God.
Is it 96 already?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Was that Holmstrom 96?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
Tomas Holmstrom. We're running out of it's going to be hard to once we get up to 100 to
not too many athlete numbers.
After the Dan Hampton episode, it's going to be tough.
Oh, the way these motherfuckers are retiring numbers, you might see some triple digits soon.
Yeah, I could see the Yankees having to put letters or something.
Yankees.
Number 3B.
Jerks.
Unretired.
Yeah.
Just say, sorry, number 3's available again.
Yeah, he's been dead long enough.
Yeah.
It's like when you invent something. Numbers 1
through 10 are open again.
Yeah, it's just another classic case of people not looking at the big picture, not looking down the road, just concerned about what's in their own self-absorbed little universe.
Are there any numbers left for the Yankees in 1 through 10? 1 through 9?
No clue.
I don't know either.
Who cares? Fuck the Yankees. Jesus.
Yep.
Tired of them.
Had enough.
Tired of them, and the Red Sox are another team that retires every other number. Fuck
Them
them
too,
too.
huh? Yeah.
Gunning down Yankees and Red Sox fans.
That's a big 2 chunks
Fuck
right there.
all of you and your teams.
What about other New York and Boston teams?
Oh, well, the Patriots are another team whose fan base is just a bunch of entitled assholes.
Yeah,
Fuck
them
them too.
I didn't know that.
You mean you didn't know that, really?
I had no idea.
Oh, they're terrible. Patriots. Boston fans in general. Bruins fans are like that.
Yeah,
Now
I
that they
can see
won a
that.
couple cups. Celtics fans have always been that way, even though their team is currently in the toilet.
It's
Right.
sort of like Bears fans, I guess, to an extent, where the 80s where they had some glory.
They had 1 Super Bowl.
No,
though.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but
but
they had great teams even though they didn't win.
right.
But, yeah, you can't hold on to 30 years ago, I guess.
No kidding. Bears. I didn't
Uh,
want to hear about the Bears or the Bulls and Derrick Rose's stupid knee. Is there a worse? Is there a bigger bust than
They
sports history?
Sports Center could have played just an old repeat that day when they announced it. Because
No
how
kidding.
many times has that guy been hurt and had surgery
the
already?
4th time probably.
That's great.
Yeah,
Guy's the me of basketball.
yeah. He could also use a little charisma transplant. That guy's just a fucking wet blanket as a
Yeah.
human being.
He's the worst.
Mumbling through everything. You know, it's like the guy's like perpetually on Ambien.
It's probably true.
He wears like an Ambien patch on his left buttock to just keep him on an even keel.
I can see that. He eats a lot of Skittles. I remember hearing that his diet was poor, and that was one of the times he went out with an injury, like some stomach problem. They said that his diet's very poor, and
he
he
had
eats
Skittle
too much
gut.
Skittles.
Great.
Skittle gut, they call the condition.
I could see it.
Exactly what you
Skittle
want.
gut.
Exactly what you want from your elite athlete.
Right.
It's like it's your
MVP.
fucking job to take care of yourself. Okay.
Hey, I don't want to be going to graduations all hurt.
Well, in his meetings. What the hell are you talking about?
Just
your
as long
meetings.
as his vocal cords are good, he'll be fine at the graduation.
Yeah, they
if he
took
can whoop whoop whoop, he's fine.
they took out his meniscus and put it in his throat. Hopefully, that'll help with his diction a little bit. That guy's the worst.
Yeah, he is. I can't deny it. You want to root for the guy on the team you root for, but it's hard to root for Derrick Rose.
So is he your current least favorite sports interview at this point?
It's got to be up there.
What's your all time? I know what mine is. That's why I bring it up. My
Worst interview.
My
Or
guilt.
just the way the guy is? Or
Just when
Like
when-
post game,
Yeah,
the way they speak and
because I know mine.
what they have to
well,
say.
who's yours?
Mine is Eric Daze, former Black.
Oh, he was
the
terrible.
guy could not talk, and it was hilarious.
Why
every
would
time.
anybody even talk to him? Period.
Well,
Is
he
my
was
question.
He was the
him
star
and,
of the worst
Him and
team.
Amani were like the two studs on the team out of everybody apparently.
Yeah.
No, but Derrick Rose takes it to a whole new level because he was an MVP of the league at
Right.
one point.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's the worst. You know, they're trying to. Fucking Adidas signs him to that huge shoe contract, thinking he's gonna be the next Jordan. This guy, he's not even the next Kermit Washington at this point. The guy has no charisma,
Kermit Washington.
no star power, nothing.
Yeah.
So you don't sign that guy to $100 million shoe deal. Terrible,
Bad one.
Maybe they'll make
horrible decision.
special knee high shoes that kind of protect the ankles.
Some
Special
thigh
Nikes.
high, something
Yeah.
above the knee
Yeah,
that
some
braces it.
Some kind of cast
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
He needs it. He needs anything he can get. Whatever.
What a
Well-
bummer.
Yeah.
It's snowing. We're mad about Derrick Rose.
Yeah, this is a tough time of year. Hopefully, we can continue the momentum we got going with last week's episode. What a wonderful surprise that was.
That was nice.
We've had some winners lately.
Yeah.
We're I don't know if it's going to continue, but we're
What, got love for sale?
well, that wasn't a real episode, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Skip that one.
Yours wasn't. Mine was.
Well,
I didn't even listen to yours. I have no interest in it.
No interest, huh?
The song speaks for itself, but I'm not going to go
it
down that
does
road.
definitely
Yeah.
speak for itself.
But what was I going to say? The fact of the matter is, we've gotten a lot of the crap out of the way. I
That's
mean,
good.
There's still some crap left, but it's one thing we talked about leading up to this episode is how much bullshit we've had come out of the song generator out of the gate.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
Which is good. I mean, it keeps everyone interested, ourselves included, but, you know, hopefully that's how things will be from here on out. There is plenty of crap. I mean, we have, 8 Peter Criss solo songs?
Probably, yeah.
We have most of that album.
Most of
definitely.
Gene's. Didn't
No, we got done with most of Gene.
We got about
Isn't it
half, I
half
think.
of him done?
Yeah.
Really?
I want to say we're pretty close to half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've only done one
geez.
Ace song,
Yeah.
a couple of Paul's.
Yeah.
We still got Samurai Sun
We have to add that in.
bouncing
huh?
around.
The vast
Yeah.
majority of the cuts that are on live, we haven't done.
True. Have we added... How do we add to the Kiss random song
It just
generator?
knows, I think.
Is it connected
I
to
don't know.
Wi-Fi?
Why would we? What would be added to it?
Samurai Sun.
Yeah,
And we're not. That's not going in.
No,
Just
I don't
get
know.
off that now.
Have you heard it?
No, I don't. I'm not interested in it. It's not going in the song generator.
I want to hear it.
It's a Paul Stanley composition. I don't know.
I don't care about his composition.
What are you
He
talking
had a
about?
lot of solo compositions outside of the band that haven't made it in.
But this is the band
This is the band.
It's not
with
going
special
in.
guest,
It's not
whoever
going
they
in.
are. What are they called?
I
I'll put
don't
my
know.
foot down.
Dragon
It's
Ball
not
Z.
going in.
Dragon Ball Z's performing.
I don't know.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, you can't make up the rules here, Chris. The random song generator does what it wants.
If it's
We didn't buy the
it
model.
needs to come out on a branded Kiss release, and not a self-standing release. It has to be part of an album.
That's an interesting point, though, because music, people are releasing it that way nowadays. I wonder if we're going to get a full Kiss album.
Well,
Will we get a full Kiss album in the future? I don't know.
I don't know. Will Samurai Sun be on it? I don't know.
What happens if we're just about done with the show, and then there are 12
Then
new
we
Kiss
start doing
songs?
before the album comes out, we do about 5 songs per episode. Accelerate it.
So we can end it before
Yeah.
it comes out?
It doesn't count.
And we would have to do it in order or something.
The question remains: will we make it to the end of this quest?
You never know. So far,
Highly in doubt.
we're approaching 3 figures here, though, which is more than I thought we would get to. It's a long time.
You didn't think we'd get to the end of this?
I didn't think we'd get to 30.
I thought
I thought if you're
I
like-
thought we'd do charisma first episode
And then quit.
one and out. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought we'd get like 15,
Well, that's-
16 weeks.
That's 2 mentions of the word charisma. Maybe that bodes well for today's selection. What do you got there, Nick?
Well, what I have is a sunburned strap of leather,
What?
which I
Is that
acquired.
one of the mother hens from Industrial Strip? Wow.
Which I acquired.
It got her to come out on a sunny, snowy Sunday afternoon.
I acquired this probably 25 years ago or so. Don't even know the full story, but our older brother came home with it one day.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know if they did it in school or something. It was a piece of leather. It's like a keychain, I guess.
Yeah.
And he got Kiss.
That jeans foreskin.
There's some stars in the corners, and it says Kiss in the middle there, and some font, like a Western cowboy. I don't know what kind of font that is, but yeah.
Pretty cool.
And it's
Why
something-
is there a dot on the eye?
Well,
That was probably the font.
that was all that was available back in the early 90s.
The S's aren't Kiss
Early
S's.
90s.
Late 80s, early 90s.
High school? Grade school.
I'm thinking he was in grade school at the time. Had to be.
80s, right?
I don't know. He'll have to give us the story. This has been a long time that I've had this thing sitting in a drawer.
Wow. Well, now the question. What does that thing do that reveals this week's song?
I'm just gonna set it next to the random song generator, kind of
And then flip it on?
scoot it over,
Okay.
and we're gonna switch it on and see what happens.
All right. Switch it on.
See what kind of madness ensues.
This one comes off.
Lick it up.
It's called
All hell's breaking loose.
Okay.
All hell did break loose.
This is a good
Apparently.
one.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a real good one. Isn't this one of the food orgy?
Sure is.
Hey, let's get the video going.
Let's-
Those always make for better episodes.
I agree. We can do that.
Yeah, let's do that, man.
Make
punch
sure
that up.
Now I'm real excited.
Make
for
sure it's
this.
the right one because it could be Lick It Up easily.
It is the same video, basically.
I'm pretty sure they cut the footage in half, the usable footage, and
Well, yeah, it's the same set. They
it
just,
had to be the same day.
they did a
thinking.
2 for
all this.
1.
Well,
Yeah.
think about it. You got a food orgy theme. Why would you just stop at one?
You're
I mean,
right.
think about that. And think about all the extracurricular activities that took place on the
A
set.
lot of
No,
extras,
I was-
female extras.
Squirting stuff in each other's mouths.
Is it this one or the Lick It Up video where they put like a giant vitamin C tablet supplement on Paul's tongue?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that, but I'm
Is it?
excited.
Wasn't it Paul or was that Gene? And then someone spitting out stuff, and it's just all kinds of. Yeah, we'll get into it.
I haven't
That's a
seen
good
this in
idea.
a long time.
I want to watch this video.
Yeah, I mean, I think consensus out there is that our video watching to get the audio is generally more entertaining, especially when you're talking about 80s videos.
Yeah.
So,
Would you like me to read a little background on this song from Kiss Behind the Mask?
yeah, why not?
Yes. So this is from Paul Stanley. He said, Eric came in with this track that was in open tuning. Excuse me. Can't read.
Eric Carr?
Yeah.
This is an Eric
I
Carr.
didn't know he was a guitar player as well.
He can do it all. He can sing,
As
he can play
as
guitar, he can
we
play
heard
bass.
we heard his funkiness on Little Caesar a few weeks ago, and breakout from the first Fraley's Comet album, and
So he was very proud of it. Very Zeppelinish. Eric came up with
Well,
the
let's
whole...
not get silly. But go
Well,
on.
Eric came up with the whole track, and I went in and came up with the rap. Gene came up with the All Hell's Breaking Loose chorus. Eric was a very sensitive guy and was completely destroyed at hearing what he believed was the ruination of his song. Eric hated it.
well,
Wow.
let's be the judges of that, I guess.
Eric was... Wait,
You're ruining it for me. It was when Eric said it himself, the whole classic Bruce Kulick line from the Expo. Stop. You're ruining it for me.
ruining it. It's hard to say. I'm not quite sure what he heard. God, I can't read. Over it in his mind.
Maybe it read over it, I think.
No, it says heard. But yeah, what he heard.
Does it
over
also say a pike
Oh.
right through your head?
What vocal sort
Oh.
of accompaniment he heard over it in his mind. I get you.
Gotcha. He enjoyed the fact that he had written a song for the album. Eric was always more frustrated by what he wasn't than thrilled with what he was.
Well, there you go. Impugning another guy's character. Kind of like how they used to rip Vinnie Vincent, the whole Keys to the Kingdom zinger
Yeah.
that Gene dropped on him in the, what is it, Extreme
Yeah.
Close-Up?
Yeah. I just remember his jaw hitting the floor when he heard what had been done. I'm smiling as I say it because it was just so clearly off from what he heard. But the alternative would have been to do something that would have turned into mimicry of something else.
That line is very vague.
So he's saying, it could have mimicked Zeppelin, or we could have done something original like we did.
Now,
Okay, well, I guess that explains the Zeppelin-esque comment, because the finishing touch, or finished version, I guess you could make that comparison, but it was kind of a reach how it came out, but apparently he just brought in something that was real Zeppelin-y.
so this is 83.
Yep.
83. What rap artists were relevant in 83 since he's talking about the rap?
I think we have to
Well,
go to
I
Chris.
think he
Grandmaster
mentioned that
Flash.
He mentioned that after the fact, but is there a rap section in this?
Well,
I'm not super familiar with it. I mean, I can do the riff and the chorus in my mind, but
No, well, you're
It's-
forgetting the best part.
It's an interesting song, I'll say that. Interesting. Would you call it infamous within the Kiss catalog? Perhaps. Very interesting
kind of.
song. We'll have a lot to talk about.
Yep.
well, remember Paul was a New York City guy. That's pretty much where rap and hip hop got started. He was probably had a finger on the pulse of what was going on, but
He wanted to try it. Everyone tried it, huh?
Yeah, I
Rush
mean, you
tried
had
it.
your...
Did AC/DC ever rap? Maybe.
I can't. I don't know. That's
I
a
hope
tough
not.
one.
I don't know. But you know, you're right. Like Grandmaster Flash, Sugar Hill Gang.
Was Run DMC dropping at 83?
They were probably just ramping up. Good one. I first became aware of them when my freshman year of college roommate broke out a couple of their albums. That was in '85.
Okay.
So,
what about Blondie with that one song?
That's
with the rap in
that's
it?
true.
That had been out,
Yeah.
I think, right?
I would say so.
Right around the same time.
Rapture. Yeah,
Maybe that's part of the influence. I don't know.
could be. That's another New York band.
Yeah.
So
Maybe Dee Ramone started his rap career at that point.
I want to say that was closer to the end of the 80s,
Okay.
early 90s, but I could be wrong there.
What was his quote? He kept talking about like Negro music or something.
Speaking
It was like
of-
something like, "Oh, you sound like an idiot.
Have
Stop
you-
saying it."
Have you guys seen that clip of I can't think of what city it was from, but there was the anchor woman, the newscaster who was talking about Lady Gaga and the type of music that Lady Gaga does.
No.
No? And she used a word that she didn't know was offensive.
Oh no.
I don't think I should really say it.
I didn't see the video, but I
You
saw
heard
a
about it.
headline about
Absolutely
it. Yeah.
hysterical.
I'll have to
You'll have
revisit that.
It's
You'll have to mouth it to me.
in one of the police academies, one of the white guy bully cops in training calls Hooks, the lady with the perm, the
What does it
real
rhyme?
soft spoken.
Just spell it or something.
Does it rhyme with
Dicking
something?
around with this.
Is it three syllables?
It's 3 syllables, and boo is the last
yeah,
one.
I knew it.
And this
Oh, wow.
lady's saying it, and it's just it's like, and like the guy next to her is just like,
He's,
what do
like,
I do? What do I
mortified.
do?
well, how could you do that and not realize?
I don't know.
I
I mean,
yeah.
and that's the whole words versus intent argument.
Yeah.
There's a whole philosophical thing that could go on there.
Well, not these days. Those words drop out of your mouth. You're forever branded a hateful racist.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just as simple as that.
I got to see that.
Yeah, I guess I got kind of wrapped up in that whole the dress thing that was blew
Oh,
up
yeah.
on the internet, which I actually misinterpreted.
Oh boy.
So I Googled a black undressed and got a whole other
Well,
litany of Google images
Probably-
to
probably-
consider.
much more interesting. And
That's 6 hours of my life I won't get back.
Nor do you want it back.
No,
Time
not
well
really.
spent.
Yeah, right.
trying to figure out what color Paul's breakfast
Yeah.
sandwich was.
Oh, the
His
McDonald's
egg McMuffin.
Yeah, that was good. Nice little.
Sugar, natural high, or in this case would be shitloads of sodium.
I don't know though. McDonald's in Japan might be different. They have different rules in
It
different
can't
countries.
be much better. I can't imagine.
What do you mean much better?
I mean,
Because it's so good, it can't be much better.
no. Just saying.
That's one of my things that I've tried to do is eat McDonald's in different countries. I've gotten Mexico, France, and Germany checked off.
All right, so was it different?
Yeah, it's different everywhere. They do little tweaks on,
What's the-
local flavor.
What's the best?
Yeah, but did they have like the staples?
Yeah, but
Did you try one?
I went to the local flavors because I've had a Big Mac. I didn't want to see if the Big Mac was better.
So what's the best McDonald's? What country?
Germany was the most bizarre, most different choices, and I didn't know what any of it was.
But you
They all-
ordered something.
Yeah, I pointed at a picture.
They all had the word wiener in it.
Pretty much. I had the menu. I don't know if I still do. Like the placemat that goes on the tray. It had all the pictures of weird, different sandwiches, but I think I might have thrown it out like very recently. Oh, well. Yeah. It's different. I'm telling you, they have different rules.
Well, you don't know that because you didn't order a Big Mac over
So you think
there.
I should go with maybe like one staple and then one local flavor?
Well, to back up your outrageous claims that everything's different over there.
Well,
Big
it's-
Mac tastes like a Big Mac because of what it's got in it.
Right.
And what it's got in it is enough sodium to knock down a horse.
Why does it have so much sodium in it?
It's all fast food has it.
What
It's
is-
the
is that-
flavor?
Is it the flavor? It's not like a...
The flavor, I'm sure there's some sort of it reduces the weight of stuff so they can save money. I mean, who knows?
I was going to say something to keep it fresh longer. Some kind of preservative. Is that a sodium thing or no? I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Staggering amounts of sodium. Paul needs to watch his diet at this age.
Hey, Paul's looking good. He
Not
knows what he's
anymore.
doing.
After wolfing down that breakfast sandwich, Jesus.
Sometimes you don't have a choice in an airport.
He's gonna be sick on that bullet train.
Well, when you take good care of yourself, every once in a while you binge out on junk food, and that's what he did.
He's going to be expelling things at a faster rate of speed than the bullet train while he's on it.
Yeah, kind of like you did after you met him that one day. All right,
you ready?
Roll the video. This is exciting. Always a good makes for a good episode. So we'll see.
Come on.
There's an image for you.
Yeah. Who is that?
That's
Gene?
Gene just
need some guy in the face.
Yeah. Then there's these sound effects. I wonder if they thought it was funny or if they thought it was good because they're brutal. And the one coming up, there's like I think Paul has a punch.
Do you think they're kind of sort of mimicking a kung fu movie?
Maybe.
Being as cheesy as possible.
Could be.
Kind of to revisit an episode we had before. I'm getting, just from this brief point, I'm getting like a rundown Death Wish type neighborhood.
Yeah.
Kind of a feel here.
Definitely.
And they're going to clean it up perhaps. Or either that or they're taking it over.
I think in Paul's book is where I read this, but now I don't remember. So much information out there. It's hard to keep it all straight. But he said that for this video, they didn't really do much to the set. I mean, obviously they added the fire and stuff.
Right, but it was in Manhattan or somewhere in the city.
Yeah, and that's what it was. That's just what it looked like in that area at the time.
It was on fire.
Yeah, right.
Before they cleaned it up.
Yeah.
They flew over. What's on fire? We need to go
be.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, right. New York used to have an edge to it. Doesn't anymore. Hey, move that gooseneck. While you're at it, move the mic stand. Bazong! Okay, so this guy, someone's coming up on Paul, ready to deck him.
Yeah, he's
So-
swinging.
But look at Paul. He's ready.
Look at his shoes. His heel is firmly planted, ready to shift his weight.
Yeah, he's in attack position.
His fist is balled up already.
He's like that UFC broad who ended the fight in 14 seconds yesterday.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, real barn burner of a bout that was.
It's like Mike Tyson in the 80s.
But yeah, the chick charged at her and she took her down to a submission hold
That was
over 14 seconds.
Who won?
I don't know the names
Oh.
of these weird beards.
Was it the chick that charged or the one who was getting
No,
charged?
the one who charged got
She made the mistake.
taken down
Yeah.
immediately.
Left herself open.
It's like, why would you charge out of the gate like that? You know,
It doesn't work.
Try to incorporate some strategy.
I remember watching.
Like this guy, I guarantee you he's about to get just completely
Yeah.
destroyed.
This is going to
here.
be a forearm block and a counter punch. I can tell.
Paul's going to duck it.
Well, let's see it.
You think
Roll
he's going to
it.
duck it?
Yeah.
You think he's going to duck it?
I'm thinking
Yep.
he's absorbing it.
I think he's going to give him a left jab to the face and then chop him down with an overhand right.
I could see that.
I don't
That's what
know.
I think.
I know this sound effect is pretty good for the punch, but then there's a broken glass one coming up that is horrible.
Well,
So I just want to say it now so I don't have to stop it again, but just listen for it.
oh boy.
Vinnie Vincent
Someone-
with the glass bottle.
Vinnie Vincent drops a bunch of coins of some strange metal
Yeah.
very quickly.
Speaking of Death Wish, did the Bronson rolls of quarters and the sock bit on him?
Yeah.
That's a move that Peter Criss would be proud of. That's
Yeah, it
one
is.
straight from the street.
Did Paul kick that guy into that fire, or is that just because the fire is in the forefront?
I think it's just in the forefront.
I'm thinking
yeah.
he almost. It's another Vinnie Vincent thing. It could have had the guy running across, just like in Boys Are Gonna Rock.
But look at Gene. Among all this chaos, he's eating.
Gene did some strange sort of wrist lock, or
Yeah, he did.
some kind of submission.
That's like a Seagal move when he
Yeah.
like bends the guy's wrist back and then slams his face through a plate glass window.
Gene is bringing a man to his
And then-
knees instead of the
Yeah,
opposite.
wow.
So the first time.
So what did he have? What's he eating? Is that like a turkey leg?
I think it is.
So he beat up a guy while holding onto his turkey leg.
Well, that's the way it is. In
That
the
shows you
streets.
who's the most formidable of
Yep.
the lineup.
Yep.
They should have.
king of the
They
jungle.
should have had him mealing down on a slice of New York style thin crust. It would have been best.
I could see, because they say Eric Carr was kind of the jokester, I could see him being like, let's do the I'll get down on all fours and Vinny, you push the guy over me.
How much of a joking mood would he be in after they destroyed his song?
Right. Yeah.
And what's
That's
he
true.
thinking anyway? That he's just going to bring a song in, they're going to use it as is?
They're
Come
not going
on
to put
now.
their fingerprints on it.
Wake up and smell the coffee, dude.
Yep. All right.
Just, understand your situation.
You're ruining it for me.
If I'll invoke another wrestling zinger,
Okay.
know your role and shut your mouth.
There you go.
I mean, Jesus Christ. His jaw hit the floor. It should have hit the floor when you realized they were going to use one of your songs in any capacity whatsoever.
Right.
Jesus. He's sending that back for a refire.
Yes.
Hey, could you butterfly this? It's a little too rare for me.
I love that the sound effect just comes in. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
the crumpled
Fade in,
newspaper.
Could fade in. Right, exactly.
I mean, I don't think a marshmallow would burn that quickly. but
Right.
We got it going with this turkey leg.
I think it's close. He just needs, a quick roll over the fire. A little too rare for him.
Whoever did the Foley work on this.
Either is funny and had a great time or is horrible.
But
It's one or
either
the
way,
other.
thank you because you're entertaining us.
Yeah.
30 years later.
Yeah, I haven't seen this video in decades, and this is good. This is good stuff.
So how
Have we even
about-
talked? Should we even address the music?
I was just gonna say,
I didn't even
we
know
got
there
the
was
we
any.
got the riff, and it's about to start heating up here, just like his turkey leg.
Yeah, the main riff is good. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's especially compared to their other '80s output. It's pretty potent. It's almost heavy.
True.
And he's I said it before. He had a funkiness to what he would write for. I know he has a sort of solo album. People took demos and reworked it or whatever, and I haven't really listened to that. But from the stuff I have heard, he seemed to really
Eric
be
Carr, we're talking.
Yeah,
about.
he seemed to really enjoy the sort of funky kind of. I don't know. I guess rock,
Funky rock.
which that's that in itself. That's Zeppelin.
Blankaboo music. I mean,
That's Zeppelin had that.
see, if you say blank or bleep, you're totally
Bleepable.
absolved.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Why that chick who's a professional didn't get that memo? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch that video. I had no clue.
I gotta
That's
see it.
good. Actually, we should roll it toward the end of this video or this episode. Why not?
Yeah, why
Why
not?
It's our show.
We
We do
do
whatever
it.
the fuck we want to do.
There
out
you
here.
go.
Until they throw us off iTunes, we'll do whatever we damn well please.
Yep. I like how Eric Carr's
Was he-
he's like scratching his
Yeah.
hair. He's got bugs in his hair.
Dandruff.
He's in the
acting up.
what is it, the crazy video, the Aerosmith crazy video. He's got that Steven Tyler pose where he's playing with his hair while he's singing.
He's probably got crabs in his equally large bush.
Well, he
down-
was
down
so
low.
short he could have had crabs on his head.
They jumped right up there.
Get
Well,
too close.
if he was dining south of the border with that mane, he might have caught the crabs because back then women did have the bushes.
No Vinny in that shot.
Hey! We were calling for a stop, dude.
Sorry, I got.
And he was mesmerized by
Yeah.
the silhouettes of big men coming at him.
And now we've got like a 50-foot guy and a midget walking around the corner.
Yeah, that's right. There are midgets in this. Sort of like a post-apocalyptic Game of Thrones.
And the man on
happening.
stilts.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's what
he's-
yeah.
He's got like the Mark St. John Heavens on Fire fur around the calves.
Yeah.
The boots with the fur. Apple bottom jeans. Another precursor. Talk about a rap precursor. A hip hop thing. Paul's ahead of the game again.
He's got
Nelly
he's
was
got
inspi- or is that
Hey!
Nelly? I don't even know if
He's
that
got-
is Nelly.
He's
I
got
don't
there's
Flo
a
Rida.
Flo
already.
Rida and a Bushwick reference already.
Yeah, we're not too hip about that bleep-a-boo music here at Pot of Thunder.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to say about the music where they kind of rang that chord out. That was some nice, nasty, aggressive guitar tone.
You like that?
Loved it. Yeah,
I'm thinking, is that Vinny possibly?
sure, it's
Hell
Vinny.
yeah.
I'm
Of course
hoping.
it's Vinny.
I'm hoping.
Vinny's in the camp at this point.
I mean, it could have been Paul hitting that chord, but I'd like to think it was Vinny.
That nastiness it's all Vinny Vincent. I mean, say what you want about the guy, but he definitely had his own slant on things, and that's one of his calling cards. Just a nasty, whacked out quality to his playing, which fits in this one.
Does. You like that, don't you?
I do. I like that, and I like apple bottom jeans on women.
Are those still
Men
around?
too, actually.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Was there something special
Where were
about
they
those
so-
jeans?
Well, they just accentuate the
Yeah, was there
largest ass, I believe.
okay? Something about the cut.
Yeah,
Push the ass up
Sort
or
of.
I
something.
think so.
Sort of like one of those.
It might have gone the way of FUBU, though. You don't see it around too much or even mentioned.
I heard that Jenko is making a comeback.
You know, I
What?
heard that
I
too.
heard legitimately that Jenko
What's
is.
that?
They were. I can't even think of how to describe them, but I had a buddy who wore the Jenko jeans. They had like different colored jeans, like brown or like off white. It was like
Jenko.
or mid '90s, late '90s kind of
never
a
heard of
fad.
that.
They were like the almost like raver width pants, like the super wide leg pants.
Never heard of those. This is a new one for me.
Sort of an urban style. I think it was more like Hispanic urban though.
The guy I knew was Hispanic. I don't know if that represents everybody who wore them, but
Maybe that's just in our area where we grew up. We didn't know any better.
Yeah, never heard of it.
It was hot.
Back in my day, it was you had your Jordache and you had your Sasson jeans.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Remember Ron Duguay?
no,
No?
no.
The old hockey player
I know
played
the
for
name.
the Rangers.
I don't.
Speaking of which, of huge manes, he had his big mane of hair. The pre-helmet.
Pre-helmet. I was
days.
going to say pre-helmet.
Played for the
yeah.
Wings for a couple seasons too. He was a Sasson designer jeans guy. He was in
great.
the ads.
Oh,
It's kind of
boy.
a big deal for hockey fans.
Guaranteed a few elbows that were thrown.
Well, he
his
was
way
the
because of
classic
that.
guy who got to do whatever he wanted because the enforcer on the team, who I can't remember who it was at that time. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. But, yeah, he was a prominent Ranger for a while. You'll look up his picture. But, yeah, he raised a few eyebrows when he started endorsing designer jeans.
Kind
in
of
the
like
70s.
kind of like Namath with the nylons.
Yeah, kind of. You know, he was trying to get that that sort of multifaceted athlete as celebrity kind of thing. Yeah. There you go.
I like the perm.
Had a Paul Stanley-esque treasure trail on display.
Why there's a picture of Marty? What's that guy's name? Marty Feldman down there from Young Frankenstein.
Oh, I don't know.
I do not know what that has to do with this.
No. Oh, here we go. Sassoon. 4 Rangers players in jeans.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Ron Greshner, was he one of them?
I can't tell. It's so blurry and doesn't say anything. It just says what kind of items they sell. Men's jeans, suits, slacks, outerwear, Western boots.
Yeah. Boots with the fur.
There you go. You guys, I don't know if you guys could see that one, but it's
Boy.
another pose.
All right.
Good for them.
That's
Good
quite a derail there, but
Is Ron Duguay and Cher?
Why not?
yeah, he was
Yeah.
like he was
Look at
he
that.
was hockey's attempt to you know, I'm sure they encouraged it too to be like the Namath character, the New York athlete.
He's
See?
probably on General Hospital a couple times. and Stuff
see
like
that.
Yeah, he got a lot of puss back in the
You
day.
think he got to it before Gene did with Cher?
Good question. I don't know. Sure he had to shake out his share of crabs from his hair back in those days.
Well, Gene was famous for that, right?
And Ron Duguay.
Oh,
as
Ron
well.
Duguay. Right.
All right, let's see where we go with the stilts and the.
I'm enjoying this. I forgot how enjoyable this video was. I thought it was just going to be like the Looks That Kill video where they're just running around some dangerous looking area. But there's some
actually, you know
entertainment
what?
going on here.
Now that you mentioned it, this video is actually similar to the Too Young to Fall in Love video.
Oh, maybe that's
where
the
they're
one I'm
kinda
thinking of.
Acting cheesily.
Is it the one in Japan?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's very similar theme to that. So,
I think this video, either they were having a good time with it, or their career was almost ruined by a bad director, or maybe they directed it
back in
themselves.
the 80s, no band was immune from it. The video was a relatively new medium, and I think they just threw whatever against the wall and see what would stick, you know.
Yeah.
I know we're not too far yet, but I'm giving it 5 stars for this video
So far?
Absolutely. If you get enjoyment out of it, you know, that's what counts. I'm enjoying it thoroughly so far.
There you go.
Jeez, we haven't even gotten into it. That's
haven't
good.
even heard any singing
Imagine
yet.
Singing or some other type of vocalizing.
Well, roll it. See what's next.
I should go back like 1 second just so we can catch that lyric.
I'm enjoying the stiff leg walk there.
Well, how
With the
else are you going to
stilts.
walk when you're on
It's
stilts?
just funny looking. I love it because you expect there should be knees somewhere right in the shot.
Right.
There aren't. There's no
I think you
knees.
should be the first person to invent stilts with
With
knees. That could be your $1 million idea.
Yeah. Get you on Shark Tank.
Worst
Two
idea ever.
opposing like a scissor lift kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Oh.
One knee goes this way, the other goes the other way.
That would be something.
It would work.
Get you on Shark Tank. All right.
Debut it at the Civic Center
Yeah.
when
There you
Circus comes to town.
Come on.
Come on.
What is wrong with this thing? I went back. The time is different.
it
We're
is-
watching it off the exposed DVD, so
It is breaking loose.
it's like, the full timeline of an hour and a half that I'm trying to skip around on.
Yeah, all right.
Here we go.
Street hustler comes up to me one day and I'm walking down the street minding my own business. Now he looks me up and he looks me down and he says, "Hey man, what be this and what be that?"
This is great.
This is the street
hustler is the small guy. Yeah.
The little person is pointing at Paul saying, what be this and what be that?
And Paul's taking issue with this guy, so Paul's not going to let this guy push his
Well, how is
waist
he
around.
hustling him? Has he got a shell game going? One of that classic New York City. Now, is this the rap section, or is this
Yeah.
just his whole delivery?
This is the rap, quote unquote.
Okay.
section.
yeah.
Yeah, I love this. I'd forgotten about this aspect of it. Like I said, to me, this song was memorable for the riff and for the chorus. But I farted. I forgot about. I did that too, but
I felt something. In
I
the
forgot about the rest of the lyrics. It's funny. Minding my own business.
And this guy,
Yeah.
guy better watch it. Paul's.
Look at Paul. Paul's ready to.
He's like, go ahead, push my waist if you want to.
yeah.
Is he wearing like a cape or?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
The stilt guy's behind him though. They better watch.
Yeah.
I could drop
They're
something. on
surrounded.
him.
Yeah.
Drop a penny
he's
from
he's
that
got
height.
He's got some backup.
And why you gotta look like that? Well, I just looked into my kind of path. I said, "Hey man, I am cool. I am the breeze."
One of the more infamous lyrics from the Kiss catalog.
I am the breeze.
I am cool. I am the breeze.
That's great. I love.
You see Paul slap him right in the
He
head?
slapped him.
Not even in the face, just like on the top of the head. That's such a dismissive slap that you would...
Especially to a midget.
And the guy,
Yeah.
the guy turned his head. And
You
just
can't
kinda-
get away with that nowadays anymore. Either.
I think that would be bullying by Paul
That would be a
Stanley.
hate crime nowadays.
You can't slap a midget in the top of
yeah,
the head
Yeah, that'd be a hate crime.
and laugh while
nowadays.
he's saying
Yeah,
what be this and what be
exactly.
that. You
Yeah.
can just dismiss it.
Walk away declaring yourself the breeze. you can't do any of this stuff anymore.
And Vinny went off camera. I was almost thinking he was going to like chop down the guy with his flying V or something. Start chopping the guy with the stilts.
He'd
There's-
accidentally
there's
beat up
more to
Eric
come,
because he was
man.
the same height.
There's more to
I'm
come.
hoping to see something like that. Now we have what looks like either a woman or a transvestite walking across
Well,
the
either way, things are shaping up for this video.
Yeah.
This party's getting started. We've gone from the little fella and the stilt person to...
To a
Either-
female humanoid.
a subhuman.
Yeah.
That was Paul. That was Paul.
That was a legit mistake
That
on
was
my
the
part.
silhouette
So
of Paul.
it was a transvestite. It turns out.
Paul's got good legs.
He works out.
Not after eating that Japanese McDonald's, he doesn't. At age 60 something. So wait. So that guy came flying out of that doorway and landed next to a woman who's also eating something in the street.
A lot of eating in the street and a lot of people getting thrown
And Gene
around.
dropped the turkey bone on the guy, right?
Yeah. He chicken boned him.
Officially. So they're taking over. They're not cleaning up. They're taking over.
Yeah,
as far
so-
as the plot line
Oh,
of the
yeah.
video here. Okay.
They're part of this scene, but they're in charge.
They're
kinda.
not representing the law in any fashion.
No, and I'm
No.
not sure if they're renegades coming from a neighboring area to take over, or if they're just the guys who run this town. I don't know. But
You
yeah,
would
they're
think if
definitely
they
not
ran
cleaning
it,
up.
they wouldn't have been attacked a couple times and confronted.
True.
There would
But
be
maybe
there
that's
would be
just-
that respect and that fear.
Maybe that's just life in the streets of wherever they are.
Could be.
Some kind of weird combination of like a Renaissance time and the future and caveman outfits. I don't know
It's
what's
a
going
Mad
on.
Max sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's kind of probably the influence for all that.
So musically,
Post-apocalyptic. Post-raisin bran.
post-raisin brand.
Post-toasties.
So musically, we got a nice little sort of chord progression. I wonder if Eric wrote every note of the basic, backing music. I don't know. If this to me, this part sounds like Vinny.
Dude, I bet he just wrote the main riff and everything else was worked around that. by
Yeah,
Paul
there's
and
no
Gene.
way of knowing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
bet that's
good
what
though.
happened.
The end product is great so far. I
Well-
got no issues with it.
Eric did. But
Well,
hey,
whatever. It sounds like he had issues with a lot of stuff. Sounds like he was clueless about his role in Kiss and in the music industry in general.
That also makes me wonder if he had a vocal, like a guide vocal track that he presented, or if it was just, hey, I wrote this riff with and that's it. Because I could see, and I've had this happen before in bands where you come up with something, and if you're the guy with the idea, and somebody who didn't, and Chris has brought this up in the past now that I'm thinking about it, if you're bringing up an idea and someone counters it, and you say, all right, well, what do you think we should do? I don't know.
right.
That used to kind of drive me up the wall. So if Eric came with just a guitar riff, then he wouldn't, in my book, I wouldn't give him much license to complain, because if he didn't present something that he thought
Like
was
a completed song.
yeah, if he didn't present like a solid vocal idea,
Right.
then what happens,
Well, who's to determine if it's solid or not? He might think it's solid, and if Gene and Paul don't,
Well,
So
true.
maybe he
Then
had
it-
nothing.
But I wonder if he had nothing.
Maybe he just had this. Hey,
I've
you guys,
never-
listen to this.
yeah.
I've
I've never heard anybody say whether he contributed to that.
yeah, well, and at the end of the day, it's Paul and Gene calling the shots.
Yep.
They are the breeze in
That's
this
true.
scenario.
I like Paul's outfit. It's kind of like a robe / I don't know, pelt. But it's like red leather also, so I don't know what it is. It's pretty cool.
Those gloves, like
yeah.
wristlets, gloves.
That's a screenshot. That's the band right there. You got Paul just kind of
Where's
blazing the
Vinny?
trail. Where is Vinny?
He's behind them somewhere. They didn't really figure out how to get all four
He's
guys in
cowering.
the shot. Yeah, they did a pretty bad job. Where
He's
Eric
having
and-
he's having a second set of Keys to the Kingdom made at some hardware store.
some
down
blacksmith is
Manhattan.
hammering it out.
Yeah, and it still won't get him in.
And he's beating up the guy when he asks for payment.
Exactly, killing his dog. Now they've met their match.
Yep.
They've come across a gaggle of bitches. Bitches with knives, too. She fucking whipped one right at him, and now she's sharpening another one.
Yep.
I
While
think-
more bitches mill around in the background.
so there must be a pelvic sensation as soon as that knife is hitting the wall right next to you.
I would say
And you look
so.
and see who threw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's into it.
Suddenly, there's some blood flow to the nether region.
Yeah, he's...
Okay, what's that guy?
It's the circus,
It was
man.
a fire breather, but it was
Convulsing.
it was convulsing.
The guy was greased.
And then he breathed fire, but I don't even think it worked on that take.
Maybe
that was
Gene
a
will show him.
failure.
Yeah.
Gene
Was
will
he get-
show him.
What was happening to him out of the frame, I wonder? Was a third flaming spear being shoved up his ass at that point?
I think-
Roll that back again if you can. I'm trying to figure out what this guy is doing. It's
we
kind
go.
of
That's
jarring because
good.
you think Paul's going to start banging the Nikki Sixx looking chick here, and then this idiot comes on screen. This convulsing fool who can't even breathe fire properly. Roll it. Yeah, you suck, guy.
I wanna
Get
say-
the fuck out.
I wanna
want
say Paul
what
is-
a failure.
Paul's doing that exact same group of motions on the bullet train right now.
yeah, exactly.
He's making those faces. I mean, that guy's making desperate faces.
Yeah, he
that
is.
might be the worst video appearance of anything of the 80s. What an idiot that guy is.
Did you guys notice his makeup? He had. I'm gonna play it again, but I'll stop it. He has the painted on Gene Simmons Widow's Peak.
You know what? He kind of looks like the Howling Man. Am I wrong here?
Who's that?
From the Twilight Zone episode, the Howling Man,
he
where the
looks
guy's the devil. He kind of progressively turns into the devil.
He looks like a shitty Butch Patrick to me.
Or
With
ki-
that
Kinda like-
Widow's Peak.
Who's pointing in the background?
Who knows
There's a
what's
hand
going on
pointing.
in this scenario? Look at that idiot.
Kind
He's
of
got
like
good traps though.
kind of like Henry Rollins from the Liar video as well.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Very strange.
Get past this.
Oh,
There you
that
go.
was a good one.
And she just, what was that? One of those McGriddles?
She was eating, see,
McGriddle.
the chick was eating a McDonald's breakfast sandwich.
Have you guys ever had one of those McGriddles?
I have.
I don't eat the meat.
Man,
at
I
McDonald's.
can't. I wouldn't even touch one of those.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause this. Ah,
No, that's
that's clearly
that's a-
McDonald's.
It almost looks like a White Castle slider, actually, which is even worse. Nice hair, though.
Into it.
Yeah, I don't mind
It's
that.
worked for the time, right?
Yeah.
So debauchery includes fast food.
Yeah.
Well,
Someone made a run just
Who-
recently.
Who made burgers back then? If this is like post-apocalyptic or whatever, that like
Well, the market was open, so all you gotta do is get one industrious young person
you think so?
and one industrious individual to open up the place, and you got no competition at that point.
Yeah, I mean, burgers existed pre-apocalypse. Why wouldn't they? Exist
Well, I was just thinking-
post-apocalypse?
Whoever can throw
Not like they
together
were
the
just
resources.
invented.
I'm just thinking that the turkey leg fits. You just grabbing meat, pulling it. You're killing an animal and eating the meat directly, but you're grounding meat, making a burger. You're making bread, little buns.
People pre-apocalypse had discovered carbs. Why should they abandon
It
them
just looks
afterwards?
so manufactured.
This woman obviously
You know-
needs some energy, and she's getting it from the bun of the White Castle slider.
She's probably gonna have a Twinkie
she's
afterwards.
gonna be fucking all of these guys in a couple of minutes, so
That-
she's got to fucking carb up for that.
That one chick was strung out up against the wall.
Yeah, above her.
That was unfortunate to see
Not really. What's unfortunate about it?
because she looked like she was pretty messed up and strung out.
Yeah,
She did it to herself, I'm sure.
right. Yeah. This one's swinging down some rock gut.
You know we ain't always winners, but this is the life we choose. And we won't change or rearrange, and we ain't ever gonna live.
Shocked by what he's seeing.
As we get the finest vocal moment in the entire song,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And what was he looking at? What were those women doing?
They were arm wrestling.
Oh, they were? I
Yeah.
wouldn't even... That
He's just deciding. He's at the meat market, if you will, I guess,
Yeah.
as they like to say.
Chicks arm wrestling.
Yeah,
That's
see it?
interesting. It's kind of it's kind of like that UFC thing that went down yesterday.
Paul can't believe his eyes. These are his type of women.
Life we choose.
I'll let
And
it
we
play
won't
for that
change or
vocal.
rearrange, and we ain't ever gonna live. It ain't always easy.
See, she's got an apple going. She's a little more health conscious.
It's a sensible snack.
So not
Yeah.
all the plants were destroyed.
Yeah, well, it's every man for himself. Freedom of choice was still alive in post-apocalypse. What was I going to say about the
Wrestling?
arm wrestling?
Was it just me, or when Paul does the
What was the Stallone arm wrestling?
Over the top?
Over the top, yeah. Yeah.
was when Paul did the lose part, when he busted that part out at the end? Was it just me, or did it sound like all of a sudden we have a double tracked vocal?
Yeah, that
something
happens.
to
We
it.
do that all the time.
It's a little bit jarring because it's just it's kind of a sucker punch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it,
People
though.
do that all the time, and I mean they drop in some extra reverb on something or a little flange to get the. Speaking of Zeppelin, how they would drop in some flange on Bonham's drums on like Kashmir just out of nowhere. It's a common effect. Shouldn't be jarring to you, Nick, as a man of the world. Jesus. Oh, here come the instruments.
Yeah. Finally made an appearance.
Now they're really going to get laid because when these chicks see that they're musicians, the panties are coming down.
Panties? They probably don't have panties.
Whatever they got, they're coming down.
Raccoon fur.
Once chicks see that musicians are involved, they can't help themselves. See? Stopped in their tracks watching this majesty unfold before them.
And there's that chord progression that just to me, for some reason, I don't think Vinny is a co-writer on this song, but to me that just sounds like something that in my mind I would expect Vinny to do. I really like it. I think it's a cool little progression there.
Yeah, when he hits it, like I said, Vinnie Vincent's puts his own stamp on things, and it's very signature. And when it works great. He misfires a lot though, but not on this one.
And that line was significant enough for them to name a live DVD.
Yeah.
After 25 years later, approximately.
They went back to that.
Yeah.
Rock the Nation.
Well, that was the opening cut on the Montrose debut, so
And
they stole that.
Gene's got a Jackson bass, apparently.
Yeah, how long did that last?
Is Jackson still around?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
No, but I mean him.
Charvel is what I'm thinking. That's not around, right?
Well, the Jacksons really took off when Randy Rhoads started playing them. So yeah, they were very big in this early part of the '80s. Any guitar nerds out there, I'm not saying anything that's not common knowledge, but Vinny was a big Jackson guy. Did Paul play a lot of Jacksons?
I don't think so.
I don't know if
He was like a BC Rich Hamer guy in the '80s.
BC Rich,
then like a Les Paul sort of toward the end of the '80s. A couple times you'll see him
busted one
play.
out on the Rise to It, or he had that big old Gretsch on the Rise to
Yeah, he
It.
did.
Didn't
He had the Les Paul on that really great, was it Auburn Hills show?
Yeah.
From the Hot in the Shade.
Mhm. Yep.
Was it a musketeer? That wasn't one of the
Whip out
guys
a
in the
fucking fencing implement.
Yeah, that was strange.
Look at that screenshot. Gene, what a guy. What a great guy.
Oh, that was the
A Jackson
Axe bass.
axe bass.
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
And as he was playing it, something happened where I was hearing it. I was noticing it better when they were showing him actually
They turned it up
playing the
more.
bass.
I could.
I was enjoying the bass playing there. I don't know.
Boom,
You
boom,
never know
boom,
if it's
boom,
actually
boom.
Gene. They say it wasn't quite often at this point, but I'm enjoying the notes that I'm hearing there.
And Vinny
This
was
is a
playing
good
that.
performance.
Vinny was playing that hot pink Jackson.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know if that's the double V. I didn't really
I don't
see it
think
long
so.
enough.
It was the regular one.
Was it a regular?
Yeah. I don't think he was on the map long enough to get a super duper custom model made.
To throw it through the amplifier.
Yeah, and to hold over his head and take 2 steps forward and hold it back over his head.
It was supposed to be either one shot or the other.
Lay it down on the stage and lick it from the
Had to have
heel to the headstock.
flavored strings or something on that.
Yeah, flavored like a dick, probably.
Bags of flour.
Bags of flour. There's a cat fight.
You gotta eat, man.
Eric ripped off a pretty cool drum roll going into the solo, and here we are in the midst of a Vinnie Vincent joint.
Yeah, because we typically isolate the solo, but there's so much action in the video, it's hard to do.
Yeah, when we do these video analyses, we kind of the music often takes a second tier, but yeah, so far pretty conventional playing from Vinnie, 80s style. Nothing super weird, but we haven't heard the end of it. So.
Have you noticed that the couple times they showed him playing, his the neck of the guitar has its back to the camera? We're not actually seeing what
Maybe
he's
he had
doing.
no idea how to play it.
Either that or he had some kind of Eddie Van Halen thing going where he didn't want people to see his technique or something.
Oh, was that
turned
an
his
Eddie
back.
Van Halen thing?
That's what they say he had done
did
in
that
the
early
past.
time. I think maybe he was trying to preserve the dick flavoring on the strings. If you get it too close to fire, it goes away. Jeez. So he had some weirdness going on
You
there.
know what?
It's kind of the whole fencing action sort of diverted our attention from
Yeah.
it, but he had some weird lines going on
I
there.
really enjoyed that solo. I thought
Exotic
that was
scales.
I thought it was great. It's like I'm not a classical music guy, but to me that sounds like okay, I'm incorporating some kind of classical melody in over these chords here.
I want to say more exotic melody.
Maybe.
Like some weird.
I thought it was cool though. It was
definitely cool,
repetitious and melodic to an extent.
And it
Great.
wasn't like overly shreddy or cliched. It was, like I said, when Vinnie Vincent was on point, the guy had his own flavor. He was not a bad guy. He's certainly better than Mark St. John. I mean, that was a joke having that guy in the band. I mean, I'm sorry.
I will
terrible.
agree as far as I mean, I don't even know anything that Mark St. John actually composed, but I mean, Vinny's got that whole dimension to him where he's composed some really great stuff, and playing wise, he can play a million miles an hour.
Decomposed?
Too, but,
is that what you were thinking?
Oh boy,
Everything
No?
Mark St. John came up with was compost, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, Vinnie Vincent, on the other hand, he has everything you want in a lead guitar player. Personality, flair, all that stuff. It just got away from him more often than not. And then if you're going to believe what Gene said, it's just his personality was impossible to deal with.
Yeah.
But, the guy could write songs, too.
Yeah.
I mean, thank goodness he was in on the Revenge sessions.
Yeah, they brought him back
Yeah.
10 years later,
And-
or whatever, 9
I
years
mean,
later.
Creatures and Revenge. He was, featured as a writer on a decent amount of
if he
material.
could
there.
have held it together and stayed with the band for a few albums, who knows what could have been.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we rip on Vinny a lot here, and justifiably so. But I'll say it again: when he was on point, he had all the qualities you would want from a 80s lead guitar hero, and he was worthy of being in Kiss, unlike Mark St. John.
Yeah.
Worthy of the role, and he's proving it in this.
He seemed to sort of revel in the androgyny too, so that wasn't a bad a bad trait to
He
have.
had the
at
right
this time
look for
period.
it. He
Yeah.
was
He
very
had
slight of
all the
frame.
ingredients. He was a good choice, and he, either he couldn't hold together or those guys pulled the trigger too quick because of their just intolerant nature of different personalities. But what we have here is a damn good tune. I think everybody would agree with that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I mean the only thing, if someone wants to point out that I could sympathize with, is that the sort of quote unquote rapping can be a little silly.
Yeah.
Depending on your taste, but everything else, it's a nice, mean sounding song.
yeah, and I think the vocal delivery. I mean, anytime it's gotten to the point where anytime it's not conventional singing or it's just sort of more spoken word, that it's automatically called rap. I mean,
Right.
call it what you want. I think the delivery works for the song. I mean, if he was going to croon those lyrics, would it have the same effect? I don't think so.
No.
It works for the song and the video, definitely. Good combination. I don't think he was playing what the song had in it there.
So what?
It doesn't
You don't
matter.
need to do that.
He's
in the
goofing
video.
around.
Yeah, but he's just going up and down the...
He's doing like a Chico Mark style.
Exactly. It's all mugging for the camera.
I'm not upset with it, but it was just pretty humorous. He was just going like this.
He's maybe he was upset at the time. Who knows?
Well,
And he's
and
like, I'm not
it's up
going
to
really.
the director to cut that out if he doesn't
Yeah.
want it in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of looked pretty cool. Whatever.
I'm all for it.
Vinny's the hero here.
And Vinny's
let's be
doing
honest.
Vinny's doing what you need him to do in this video.
Vinny's doing Vinny.
Yeah. This idiot again. Get
Fire
him
breather.
out.
You think they would have ran him through with the swords? By
Yeah,
this point.
exactly.
But he's got
Kill
the fire
him.
though. You approach him, he's gonna scorch
So
you.
you shoot him from far. You do the Indiana Jones routine.
There doesn't seem
You
to
guys
be
waving a bunch of swords around. You just plug them right in the head with a pistol.
doesn't seem to be much
And
in the way of firearms in this new world.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of knives.
Back to basics.
Knives,
Carving
swords.
carving things out of rock, I guess.
Yeah.
Raw turkey legs and fencing
and
And
White
foil.
Castle.
And a couple
And
sliders
White
survived
Castle.
the bombing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, little mix.
That was the street hustler. He's back.
Street hustler's still hustling.
But
Where he just gathered himself from being chopped down by Paul.
Yeah.
It
Well,
takes you a while.
That's the mark of a winner. If you're going to persevere, you're going to go home. I don't know.
Yep.
I was just thinking this shit that's going on with the fencing foils and what looks like an ISIS training video, doesn't it?
Kind
You
of
know,
does.
The outfits are pretty.
Mi-
Jeans wearing
minus the push-ups and calisthenics that they're doing in the middle of the desert.
Like
What a
the-
fucking laughable joke that
And
is.
those like horizontal ladders, like monkey
Actually,
bar
I saw
ladders.
one last week. They were fucking chopping boards into like karate style. It's like, is this real? Is this just a bizarro world we're living in now? Anybody is phased by that? Give me a
Silly.
break.
Silly. But look at this. Paul's got his hand open, and I think the master of fencing is about to
This-
take his instrument and show them how it's done.
This is
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts of not only this video but the Rock and Roll All Night video.
Because it's in that
This
one.
always,
Is he
always
gonna,
made me smile.
is he gonna carve up this midget? Let me see.
Somehow he's. Now, why that's in there, I don't know. But Gene is obviously like, oh, Paul, let me take you aside.
Well, isn't that what people with knives or swords do to try and intimidate you? Don't they wave it at
Yeah.
you before they get into action?
So
Yeah.
what Gene is so upset about, I've never been able to know. But it's something with Paul's technique, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't. He's not satisfied with
The
Paul's
the
technique.
sensei is a little bit upset.
Or was it like he carved someone up and it was such a grisly sight that Gene had to cover his eyes and take Paul away?
I didn't
No,
see
we
him
gotta get out of
carve
here.
anybody up. He just,
just-
waved it around.
He just Johnny Mnemonic the guy
Right, sliced him
with
in
that
half.
with that laser thing. In
Johnny.
that movie.
Was that a Keanu
That
Reeves?
We're talking
I
about
fucking
Keanu
watched,
Reeves movies
Watched
earlier.
Devil's Advocate this morning. My God, what a terrible movie! Horrible. The acting in this video is better than the acting
Really?
in that movie. It's ridiculous.
Probably filmed in the same area too.
Yeah. Hell's Kitchen.
Wait a minute.
See now, which video came first, this or the Too Young to Fall in Love video?
Probably that one, right?
Well, when
Yeah,
was
because
Too
this
Young
is
to
like
Fall
a
in
total rip off that. It's like when Tommy Lee's going through there and he sees the bowl of rice, and he grabs a handful of it, and
Was Too Young to Fall in Love on what album was that?
well, it was on Shout at the Devil.
That was what, 84?
83.
83.
Both
Oh.
83.
They got a group rate, maybe.
Yeah, right?
Sharing scripts.
Yeah.
Not prescriptions, but video scripts.
Maybe that too. We don't know.
And he's got
Well, we
some
don't have to watch this.
delightful,
I just wanna
delightful
s-
breakfast.
I'm
cuisine.
enjoying this.
Yeah,
I'm
it's going-
hungry. I'm ready for lunch.
I am hungry.
Biscuits and gravy, was that available in the
I
post-apocalyptic
don't know. I've got
world?
I got some leftover monkey cakes at home. I need to go have.
Oh, I was trying to remember the name of those like 2 days ago.
Those are delicious.
Monkey cakes.
Those are incredible.
Those will knock you on your back, though.
They give you 4 giant pancakes and just all this stuff to throw on. It's unbelievable.
See, now could that TV anchor have gotten away with saying monkey cakes? On the
Depends
air?
what
Depends
the
on
context
the
was.
context.
There
It's-
you have it.
See,
Again, that ISIS training videos. What is this world we live in? What the hell
so
is going on
ridiculous.
here?
It's on its ear
It's,
right now.
it's more ridiculous.
Pussies are in charge, I tell you.
The video world from All Hell's Breaking Loose is less ridiculous.
Absolutely. It's a better world than what we have now.
So I don't know if you guys caught that, but they're leaving the whatever establishment they were in, and Gene picked up the turkey leg that he put down on the guy earlier. It was still there.
So he had some. He left some.
He left a little meat on there.
You know, I've worked for people that put in about that much time at the office.
Yeah,
they
pop in,
beat up a couple people, and walk out.
walk out. Yeah,
Now, that couldn't have been the 30-second rule. I mean, that was on
No,
the
no,
ground
no.
for quite a while.
that's at least
Well,
three.
it was on the guy, so it technically didn't even hit the ground.
Well, there you have it. I guess you can rationalize anything the way you want it to.
Sometimes a man's chest can be dirtier than the
Well,
ground.
sure. Absolutely.
Use your imagination however you want to.
Crabs and whatnot. Ooh. Oh,
Gene telegraphed
That's
that one,
a textbook cold cock right to the fucking face.
The guy shouldn't have been growling as he was approaching. That's-
Yeah, you don't announce
just
your arrival from the
Terrible.
rear. Jesus Christ! What neighborhood did you grow up in?
I'm enjoying
Jesus.
watching. Have you ever walked with a couple of people and you're having a conversation, whatever, like walking down the street, and you're not sure who's standing in the middle, who's standing where, people are switching around.
Yeah,
It's a little. That's kind of what they're doing.
yeah.
I
It's kind
enjoyed
of like
that.
when we came out of that gas station after the
Yeah.
expo, and
Like-
when we all had like Slurpees
Yeah.
in our
Like, are you here?
ices
Okay,
in our hand.
I'll move over. Are you getting here? Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to repost.
That was a
photo.
great background photo for
Yeah.
Facebook.
I'll put that one back up.
Mm.
Although the one's up there now, your World Without Heroes, Andy.
That's
That's hard to take down.
That's funny.
But maybe in honor of this video, we'll put that other one back up. That's a great shot. Kudos to Bob McLean for capturing that moment.
You nailed
and,
it.
And speaking of the environment here that this video is in, we got a post-apocalyptic thing. It's downtown Munster is almost looking like that. I wanted to bring that up to Chris particularly.
Bricks falling.
One of
off
his
the building.
favorite restaurants in the world is falling apart into the street.
That was overstated. I drove by there.
They just have one little area, kind of.
Back when I owned the cafe across the street, that comic book shop, the whole fucking facade fell off of that building.
Really? Just
Yeah.
fell into the
This was
sidewalk and
nothing
street?
over here.
They said it was 500 pounds, though.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
it was
that's
a
nothing,
fair
but-
section, but
Yeah.
fortunately, they hadn't plowed the sidewalks, and it was not near where anybody would walk.
Right.
I don't know, that place hasn't been the same since the Latina Kelly Ripa started working there, or stopped working there.
She moved on, huh?
Probably moved on to industrial
even the
strip.
building has lost
That chick
enthusiasm.
was fucking hot, man. No two ways about it.
Let's go. I want to find that jacuzzi. It's got to be on this floor.
We
Yeah,
can't watch
we'll
Exposed.
skip
Straight to a
that.
jacuzzi.
I'll bet it's in
I'm sorry.
That's
All
enough.
right,
that's enough.
enough of
Yeah.
that.
Another time.
Anyway,
Exposed.
yeah, great, awesome video. Of course, hugely entertaining. But the song, I'm going down going down to the vote, and I'm giving it hallelujah. Absolutely.
Well, cover your ears.
Jesus, he pegged the compressor with that.
Yeah. Smoke coming out of the back of that thing.
Kicked it like that pile of fire.
Who kicks a pile of fire?
I don't know, man, but I probably would.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, why not? Put the, that's the exclamation point on the ass kicking you just delivered. It's like, I just fucked you up, now I'm going to kick this pile of fire. Anyway.
Do you have a reason for your hallelujah? Do you want to...
Great
go
riff. Rap delivery, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was perfectly suitable for the song. Cool solo by Vinny. Good drumming by Eric. Bass line great. And what's not to like? All across the board, hallelujah.
There you have it. Nick?
Hallelujah as well. A little
better.
more of a scene.
I can't decide if
level
you
of
lowered the
hallelujah.
volume or if you blew out my eardrums the first time when you had it at the same volume. But
Hallelujah for sure. Again, the solo I loved. I think
Wait, you
I love Shane Bieber.
you love the solo?
there wasn't a lot of that in the post-apocalyptic 80s world, but
Paul's just sharing things he loves since you're naming things you love.
yeah, I love that. Love that chord progression that I was talking about. The riff, yeah, I enjoyed that as well. The rap thing is maybe the controversial point here. I think I've heard people talk about it predating the whole Aerosmith Run DMC.
well, it
and
did. That was 86.
and the whole I'm the Man maxi single, which was my first CD I ever purchased in my life.
What have you?
So is it the first like real hard rock kind of that had the urban sort of rapping to it? I don't know, maybe, but I kind of doubt it.
Why
but-
would that be controversial, though?
No, I'm just saying because it might be a controversial move. It's not to everyone's taste.
This is very good stuff.
But I'm giving it a resounding hallelujah.
Such a good random pull right there.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like, why would it be controversial?
Well, it just is. I mean,
What
a lot
do
of
you mean
people.
it just is?
Well, because
Wait a minute.
because it's not. It doesn't suit everyone's taste.
Well, that doesn't make it controversial.
Well,
does
maybe
it?
pick a less serious
Shut the
word.
fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Not you, but I mean anybody who would have an issue with it.
Well, we'll find out. Maybe the listeners.
What the hell are you doing?
Maybe some listeners don't care for that section. We'll find out.
Or are they like fucking newscaster racists, these people? Why would you have an issue with it? Who cares?
Well,
It's a different vocal
I'm
delivery.
I'm just simply acknowledging that. But no, I enjoy it thoroughly. So hallelujah for
There
me.
you go.
Andy, what do you think?
Oh, always so interesting. No, it's not.
What is it?
It gets. How do you not give it a hallelujah? Especially when you watch the video along with it. I don't know. If you are one of those people who only like the classic first 6 Kiss albums or whatever, I could see you being like, "This is stupid. It's corny. It's whatever." But
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it.
But then again, I would argue that's the only thing you could really have any validation with saying that about is the vocal delivery and parts of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing else you can complain about.
I don't know if you're going to crank this one out of your bouncing vehicle at Blue Top Drive-In.
You could.
Probably
You could, though.
I probably will.
It wouldn't be out of place.
As soon as the snow melts, I'm doing
You're
it.
going there?
Yeah, my little Toyota and I are going to be blasting.
We
it.
should do a live episode from there. We should do an episode and record it while we're sitting out in the.
I think we're
Parking lot.
capable.
Do they have the roller skate girls? Can we interview them? Can we get them in on this?
They do at Sonic, but that's not the same.
I don't know.
Sonic in Calumet City.
Yeah,
Oh
River
my
Oaks.
God.
Have you been there?
No, but I can
No.
only imagine.
I have
Let's put it
several
that
times.
way.
We should just continue.
There's some apple bottom jeans candidates over there. I'm
Skates,
sure.
roller
Skates with the fur.
I was going to say
Yeah.
that. Good call.
Yeah.
Can't possibly be worse than the Hooters in Lansing. I mean, oh my God.
I used
What's
to,
wrong with the Hooters in
I
Lansing?
What's
frequent
wrong
them.
with the Hooters in Lansing, you
Yeah.
ask?
What's wrong with it?
What is wrong with
2 words.
Terrible food.
300 pounders.
It's that
Sorry.
bad.
The last time I was there, which will be the last time ever,
It was really that bad.
they had 2 chicks working there who had to topped in at like 300 or above.
That's an outrageous number.
Shocking.
And they were wearing the Hooters outfits?
Well, they were working there.
That's I mean, they were waitresses. They weren't like cleaning up tables or something.
They were on staff.
So they had like the tights and all that?
There's a lot of
Tank
orange
top?
fabric that day.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
like a circus tent.
Yeah, you know. But that's another thing. It's like you can't. Another thing that's wrong with the world today. You can't have any employment standards. You know, you can't disqualify people because they're not appropriate for your workplace, whatever it may be, for fear of offending people.
Yeah,
They're fucking dudes who sue Hooters because they can't work there. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
You know, we're
Probably that that fire breather guy from the video. He strikes me as one of those kind of assholes.
Just stirring
It's like,
the
get
pot
the hell out of here.
unnecessarily.
That's probably
stirring the
how
pot.
he got the job. He's like, I can't breathe fire, but I want to be in this video. Why can't I be in the video? Well, you need to be able to breathe fire.
Well,
That offends me.
that is not
I'm gonna
equal
sue
opportunity.
You. Fuck you. Get out of here. Go somewhere
Chris
else.
is hitting it right on the head with
You're
a
goddamn
big
right.
problem in this world.
It is a big problem.
You don't meet the requirements. It's just too bad sometimes.
But what my latest rant is doing is detracting from the fact that we have another round of voting here.
all right. Hallelujah.
Big deal.
Beautifully
This is one that
snow-covered.
could go. This could go in the upward direction here. This could be a big one.
So what do? We start at Chris, go around the horn, rapid fire?
Chris, Nick, Andy.
Okay.
Andy is the real good guy.
Andy gets the real good if he wants to.
I gotta think about this.
If it gets there, we'll find out.
This would be like Jeopardy. Get your votes in when they're in. We do it. Is everybody ready? No, give me 1 second.
Wait, let's wake him up.
No.
Andy's
Nick, here's your vote in.
I have mine decided. Now Andy's thinking about what is he going to say on the Only Kiss podcast.
all right.
Yeah, keep in mind the era. All eras have validity.
Sure.
Keep this stuff in mind. Are we ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Here we go. Good.
Good.
Real good.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
SKKK. I got no problem with it. I'm
Me
sure
neither.
somebody
No,
will. But
it's
hey,
great.
you got to have some from the 80s. This is a legitimate candidate. This is
Yeah.
a potent rock tune, man.
That's just the fucking way it is.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
argument.
No, that's it.
It's our show.
Putting the period on
Do
that
whatever
one.
the goddamn hell we want.
Yeah, you know, when you said the thing about how every era deserves, I think you said something like that. Maybe I heard it in my head.
That tipped you over.
It
huh?
did.
that,
I mean,
yeah.
because I was on the fence, but I was more so on the classic
Well,
side.
and-
And I thought, does this deserve it? They
Well-
don't play it live. Who cares?
Well, I mean, who wants
make
to be
our own
lonely?
rules.
The same argument was made when we made that one in
Yeah.
SKKK. So, you know.
Who
These are
wants to
our
be
rules.
Lonely?
Yeah, I remember we made that one in SKKK.
Did we?
No, it was Move On.
Well, that one as well, but we made Who Wants to Be
Did
Lonely.
we?
Yeah.
We loved the
We had
video
such a
so
great
much.
time on that episode, yeah. And and the point was made, hey, it's a different era. It's maybe not everybody's
I
classic.
don't remember that we did make that in SKKK.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, whatever. We do what we want on here.
Yeah, this is our rules.
And this one absolutely is
Our-
appropriate.
If you disagree, go ahead and challenge us on Facebook. But
It's got a legitimate, heavy riff.
yeah,
I rattled off all the qualities of it. You don't need to go down that road again. It's worthy of the distinction.
and I took the video into consideration with my vote.
The video seems to help in these cases. I mean, think we had, Let's Put the X in Sex, which, the video put that one over the top even further.
Yeah.
Who Wants to Be Lonely in this one? It's just something about it.
That's just the fucking way it is. That's really all we have to
Let's
say.
broadcast that over whatever station
Yeah,
that
and
lady
people,
used to work
you know,
for.
People can chime in on Facebook and throw out their counterpoints, but it has been decided. So,
All right, let's wrap her up.
yep, I've got one thing to mention here.
Mention it, dog.
Since I've been gunning down certain entities as I'm wont to do, one of the entities I've done in the past is Australia, right?
Dale.
Yeah, not
little further south and east or west, whichever way you want to go.
The wife of a pothead in Australia who has declared him to be our biggest fan.
You like that, huh?
Yeah.
Says he listens all the time and is always telling me how hilarious you guys are.
That's nice for Daddy.
So instead of gunning down Australia, I'm going to praise possibly its finest citizen, Reg. Reg from Dennington, Australia, gets a pot shout-out today.
Thank you, Reg.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable that a bunch of scrags like us can, A, have a show like this, and B, have it available in Australia where some guy named Reg from Dennington has declared himself to be our biggest fan.
I love Reg
Well, his
from
wife
Dennington.
has, but...
I'm a big fan of him now.
Yeah, man.
I'm a big fan of him, and his wife must have excellent taste.
I agree. We give him hallelujahs all around.
Yep.
That's
and
just
good,
the
good,
way-
real good. I'm going to give him an SKKK.
Yeah, and we need Anka to...
That's just the fucking way it is.
Put the exclamation, kicking fire, if you will, on the whole voting. But yeah, Reg, hopefully, I don't know if unless the Australians pronounce that reg. Hope I'm saying that right, but we appreciate it, and hopefully you'll keep listening. It's like we said, we've got a lot of crap out of the way from the catalog, and we've been on a roll lately, so hopefully more to come in the coming weeks until we get a Peter song. And it's all off
and
the
then
rails.
it will peter out, if you will.
Yeah.
Wow, Lady Gaga surprising a lot of people last night with this tribute to The Sound of Music. Afterwards, Julie Andrews joined her on stage, gave her a hug, and called it wonderful.
It was
It's very
wonderful.
impressive, though, isn't it?
It's hard to really hear her voice
Lady Gaga.
with all the jigaboo
Yeah.
music, that jigaboo, whatever you want to call it, jigaboo.
Yeah, she has a nice
She's
voice.
a gorgeous voice. I never knew.